RIOT Platforms. Let's have a look at this name. Friday, it did close around 6+%. So 1160. That's the price level. And here's what I'm watching. So we did cover this name many times, just like with every other miner. But here's the trend line. That's what it seems to be bouncing off of. And this is the downtrending trend line. Resistance I'm watching. Stock below all of its major moving averages. Okay. Ultra short term, if we take a look at on a daily, yes, it is in a downtrend. But longer term, if I'm looking at from the lows of the September last year, this support is acting as a support so far. This downtrend, this is uptrending, trending support. The reason why I have it, I'll show you on a monthly chart. So we'll dive into more stuff, but right here, right now, let me show you on a monthly chart. So this is a monthly chart of RIOT Platforms. So if you take a look at this right here, so every candle represents one single month of price action. Okay. So what has happened here in the last 3 months? Nothing burger, right? It went pretty big dump after New Year's. New Year run up, pretty big dump, and then pop off of crypto, and then dump off of offerings and stuff. But larger scale, this is the flag pattern that I'm watching. Very long term. Okay, I don't have a position, I don't trade this name, I don't have options. It can work out to the downside, it can work out to the upside. Since these are monthly candles, well, look at the time frames. It can stay in this range as long as December if it wants to break out. Okay, or it can break out in July, or it can break out in August. But at the same time, it can break down next month in July, August, September. It can break down anytime. So this is talking macro, like larger scale chart of the RIOT. And then one thing I'll explain again for those people who are a little confused about the price, market cap. So at its peak 2021, market capitalization of RIOT was $6 billion. Right here, right now, it's $3 billion. So a lot of people think that, okay, it belongs, if it's down only 50% in terms of market capitalization from all-time highs of like 75, 70 something, it should be down 50%, right? It should be trading at around 35. It is trading at that level thanks to the offerings and thanks to the outstanding shares. So that's what a lot of people don't understand. So your shares are worth 70% less right now. That's why it's trading at 11. And a lot of people bring up the argument of, well, in 3 years they have grown a lot. Bitcoin is staying at highs, they have more holdings, all that stuff. Yeah, but when you're trying to grow, everything grows. Your expenses, everything, okay? Cost of doing business, a lot of things go up. And when you're at growth stage, you need to keep spending more and more and more. And it takes time to be profitable. These companies are not profitable. I'm seeing one positive quarter, two maybe, but it's not consistent. They keep losing. If you look at the per share, right? Why? Well, because they keep diluting. When you keep increasing shares of the company, it's going to be harder and harder to have a positive EPS. Revenue could be growing, no problem. If you compare it with large stocks, large companies where they do buybacks, they buy back shares, that's how they manipulate their earnings per share. So they buy back billions of dollars of shares and come next a few quarters, they have higher EPS, but a lot of people don't realize that they might in reality have same amount of revenue or maybe slightly lower revenue but higher EPS. So again, I'm not like a fundamental analyst at all, okay? I just know the basics when it comes to trading, and I stick to technicals a lot more because if company has strong fundamentals, technicals get very, very easy. Chart trades very smooth, very, very nice uptrend because that price action is backed by the fundamentals, and you don't have to be digging in the numbers if you see a nice moving stock, like consistently trending stock, right? Like large cap stocks. I mean, one perfect example would be maybe Costco. Consistently, you wanted to see something like this, right? Even during 2022, when every stock got hit pretty hard, it did stay neutral almost. It didn't lose a lot of money. It wasn't down pretty big, right? Because strong fundamentals. All right. So that's the. Well, let's go back to RIOT and resistance levels I'm watching for this ultra short term, right? If I switch to daily chart, I told you guys that it's below moving averages, all of its major moving averages. 200-day moving average at the moment is red line. This is my resistance now. If it tries to push higher, 1280, 13 bucks. That's the 50-day moving average, this yellow line right here. 20-day moving average all the way up here, and this gray line, you can see the 5-day moving average, ultra short term. Stock has to get back above it if you are bullish. And you might be looking into something like this. But again, this is assuming the Bitcoin prices stay stable, because anytime BTC gets hit, this is not an easy business to analyze forward, okay? Everything based on the price of their BTC, okay? So I want to see price action to do something like this, where it just tries to get back above the 5-day moving average, and crypto pushes a lot higher for these names to push higher. So that's the update for RIOT Platforms. I hope you guys like it. See you in the next one.